Your attention span is worse than a goldfish. A deeper look at how focus can be trained. Today I'm going to talk about how focus can be trained. I was looking around for an experiment and I came across focus. I looked into some games and there's a focus game called Decoder. It was created and claims to improve your focus. I wanted to test this theory, so I did my own experiment using this game. A bit of research. What is focus? Well, the dictionary defines it as the act of concentrating your interest or activity on something. Basically, focus can only occur when we have said yes to one option and no to all other options. In other words, elimination is vital for focus. People have many different ideas and views about focus and how many different types there are. I found this article and I think it best describes different types of focus. A broad external focus is assessing the situation. A narrow external is focusing on one or two specific cues. A broad internal is used to analyze and plan, and lastly, a narrow internal is used to get mental practice or control of a state. Can focus be trained? This is the golden question. Scientists at the University of Cambridge have created a game called Decoder that claims to improve your focus. So from their experiment, yes, focus can be trained, but now I'll test this in my experiment. So, how many of you have been listening to me, or were you listening to this other story being played? That's what I thought. I'll pause it now so you can focus on me. My experiment. I created a test that is very challenging and requires full attention and focus. What is the test? The person who is taking the test puts on a pair of headphones and listens to someone reading a story for 2.5 minutes. Other voices will start to come in on the track, and it'll get harder and harder to focus on the person reading the story. They are listening for every time the reader says the word the. When they hear that word, they'll then click the spacebar. When they click the spacebar to start the recording, they also hit the spacebar when the reader starts speaking. This starts a timer and records every time they hit the spacebar. Then half of the participants play the game Decoder for at least 10 minutes a day for 1 week. The other half does not play. This is to see if the game that the scientists created actually improves your focus. 1 week later, I will test everybody again on the exact same test. Everybody will naturally get better, but I'm seeing how much more the Decoder group improved compared to the control group. Hypothesis. I think that if Group A plays Decoder at least 10 minutes a day for a week, then their focus will improve compared to Group B, who did not play Decoder, because Decoder is a game designed to improve focus, and I think that it'll work. People who played Decoder will score better on the test than the people who did not play. Materials. I will need a phone, computer, and a pair of headphones to complete my experiment. Not much more to be said. Moving on. Procedure. The procedure was to test everybody, get half of the people to play Decoder and the other half to do nothing. Then I test everybody again and compare the results on a spreadsheet. Here are my variables. I'll give you a moment to look at them. Alright. Results. The first graph just shows the amount participants got correct on their first and last test. In the Decoder group, 71% of the people improved, and the control group, only 54% of the people improved. In the whole 2.5-minute story, the is said 46 times. The average score people got was probably about 18 correct. This next graph shows the average amount someone improved in each group. From this data, the Decoder group improved by 6.3%. The elite Decoder group, which is the top 4 people who played the most Decoder, improved by 10.5%, and the control group improved by only 1.5%. These numbers are significant, but if you look at my next graph, things will change. The graph above displays the moving average change in correct answers. Say I took the test, and the first 5 answers I got 3 correct. On the second time around, out of the first 5 answers, I got 4 correct. Then my change will be +1. I took everyone's change and averaged them over the last 5. This was a moving average, so next I would take 1 to 6, then 2 to 7, and so on. I would not call this promising data. 3 times the Decoder group was higher, and 2 points the control group was higher. So why did I get these results? There are many possible explanations. It could be just luck. I only had a few participants, so that is highly possible. There are many other possible explanations, but I will not get into that right now. What does this project show you? This project shows how people can easily be distracted and have trouble focusing on one thing. In conclusion, I would say that it is not definitive whether Decoder improved people's focus. My results say that it may have helped a little bit, but to find out the real answers, I have to do this on a larger scale. Thank you.